Wow, that was amazing. Just as a heads up to you all, if you do want to follow the artists that you're seeing today, if you go to our website, www.projectdestinyofim.org, all of the biographies of all of the artists are going to be up there, as well as their social media handles, so you can start following them. That was such a beautiful artwork from Wolf. He's a friend of mine and an incredible artist, dancer, like just a prolific artist. And so so honored that he gave us his pieces to showcase today. And so now we had a moment of silence, and now we're kind of moving into the next space. And now we are traveling to London, England for Nadira. So please give it up and give some love for Nadira.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Julie, and the Project Destiny of IM team for putting on this lovely event and inviting me to participate. It's been really amazing listening to and watching everyone else's contributions. Very grateful to be part of this. I am going to read a poetry sequence tonight entitled Surrender Harder, which is about, for want of a better term, hitting bottom and then attempting to reascend spiritually. There are 12 short texts which make up the sequence, and they are prefaced by a quatrain called Ars Poetica, which is Latin for the art of poetry, usually refers to treatises on the art of poetic composition. Okay, here's my Ars Poetica. I like a long tongue which can re-enter the past and get to licking there with phrases, get to massaging there my injured agos. And number one, this is entitled First. I just wrote this today. I've been working on it for a while, but I revamped it today, so it may not be perfect. Now our huge discomfort has a point. April's green dust and her scuffed Adidas. Over the years, I've boiled it down, something like, love charges that you die, then come back and back to everlast, in tandem with the woodbine stretching through broken membranes of plastic, regrettable embankments. Number two, apology. 10 plus swigs of bourbon, not bourbon really, but a fount of, number one, ballistic vests, number two, whistles for summoning the super black compassion of a night, number three, cotton wool for winding around 200 million cars that were coughing lustily a dirt cumulus earlier. On Western Avenue and 24th Place, I was worrying about my weakness, but now I'm fine, really. Drunk as a hit skunk, leathery paws to the sky, while I am taking in the unexcavated shadows around your human belly and inside its button as you bend down and come close, proving it's possible to be close again, and also that we who have held to childhood's flame gun of promise aren't such fools. Number three, hangover. This sunset is inundating my eyes. Ouch, the whole color spectrum of regret. There's vomit in a large Nike swoosh down the side of our Forerunner. And the warehouses opposite haven't budged, squat and white. Unintoxicated time, she takes the throne again and wags a finger at me. Remember the seed from which you sprang. You were not made to drive your blossomy attention back underground, but to branch into this rain-slashed charity. Number 4 is entitled 2013. Was the year my original name flew off like a bird to find a more secure perch. That one outing, we could have had these labels pinned to us though: lesbian loser / stockholder plus sex worker, wrapped in the sun's hair streaming to unending radius. I said, I'll unbreak you with plenty of 20s. Later at the hotel, it was a Hilton with pig obstinate windows. That's when the MDMA high started to melt and run down the wallpaper like tear tassels, without impairing, however, the vision I had brought with me to our rendezvous. Your ex-paralegal hands closing around my gray steak heart before kneading it back to quickness. Next day, while driving south beneath Indiana's trembling power lines, I got a text. Well, boredom hasn't killed me yet. Number 5, nowhere to hide. Human mixing has left a sore, and it isn't terribly useful anymore. This laying my head in your lap in order to blank out outside. For instance, the spellbound hair of cuboid bushes. I heard Muhammad tried to do that as he was being stalked on every side by an angel with a sword in its grip, unsparing as noon sun. Number 6, we're halfway there. Extra. When I look up, I feel I'm homecome. Why? What have those shreds of dream fleece clouds got to do with me? Perhaps I'm more than slow capsizing skin, and there's something sky allied that would like to levitate the mammal frame. Number 7, my soul at 24. My soul at 24 was like a black passion fruit most of the time, aspiring to leave my body and wham, crack every watch face on earth. Because the point was to go home to the wordless sanity of building Lego castles before school, when I knew I was everyone instinctively, and that I could tuck the Milky Way under one of my earlobes if asked, easy peasy. Number 8, risky business. One day at a time, all I've got to worry about is taking after the 3 Pierides, those girls who presumed to match the muses with their bratty art, and who became like magpies as a result, squawkers and hoppers after tinsel bits. All I've got to worry about is not being able to see me, those girls, till they died. A cranial mud sat behind 9 pairs of eyes. What was left then? Not works, just warning. Number 9, the rope of faith. Made out of bee wings and flower pistils, glued together using a newborn's spit bubbles. The rope of faith doesn't have a visible end, but it promises to take us up levels, past mezzanines of frown, quizzical eyes dashing stucco, higher and higher, till we start to reach balconies of real adroitness, No more fear blanched brain then, baby, nor that shivering that defrauds us of day pearl after day pearl. Number 10, spring. Warbles Demeter, goddess of cereal grains. My daughter's resurfaced from under rubber treads. She's tricked the king of death and skips now up and down, catalyzing hedgerows, handing out green leaflets. You there, still hampered, still chthonic, still handcuffed. Look this way and be encouraged. My arms, which were thin switches for dragging months, have become petaloid again. Look this way, this is spring. Number 11, good old days. In quotation marks, good old days. When it felt like we were precious, sharing a level, receiving equal quotas of clement sunbeam. No one promoted yet, no one panhandling by office blocks bent with a torn nose ridge yet. Before failings, floorlessness, the body, magazine clip-like, holding supplies and supplies for firing into the future. No one mutinied mentally yet, or mud paneled. And finally, number 12, resurrect. Looking at a daffodil's saw-toothed silk, my head feels held. My head that used to be pretty darn lust concussed. What winter monotonized is greening up and out. Some repairer present, I reckon. Some repairer who is stashing in each cell, doesn't matter how cold or craven, evermore sun breaks. Thank you for listening.
That was amazing. Wow. Thank you so much. What a journey. I think that is like part of this process for us, right? It's like we get to, in the healing process of the arts in our lives, we get to have this amazing experience to journey through and to share it in these words that are so beautifully poetic and symbolic on so many levels. So that was amazing. And now we are going to go to our next, and thank you, Nadira. I've known Nadira for a while, and then here she is, like the connection, right? It's amazing because I had never heard her poetry before. So look at that universe showing up. Our next performer is Aslaya, and she has wandered the world a couple of times, over here, over and over, and is here via video to present an enlightened and refreshing, refreshing, right? We need refreshing point of view with her powerful prose. So if we can give some love to Islaya.